Last video, I talked about how to generate more power on your forehand volley, and it took me 25 years to figure that out. Hopefully, some of you figure this out faster than me, and some of the coaches, if you figure this out faster than me, so happy for you. But for me, I've been taught a certain way, textbook, and a lot of coaches go by textbook or a lot of times how their coaches taught them, and they kind of don't evolve in their coaching, or they don't try to coach according to the level of each player. Even though I was, a pro player, I was always taught a beginner way of how to hit volleys. No one ever really talked about how to volley as you got older or as you were getting into the pro level or even college level. When you get to a higher junior level, they don't really talk about it. So let's talk about how to hit the backhand volley with power. Like the previous video, like I did for the forehand volley, I'll show you how to do it on the backhand volley. Now, same thing, you don't want to turn. That turn is bad because if you turn your body too much and you're facing this way, you're actually going to take your racket back too far. So it's very hard to keep the racket out in front and turn at the same time. It looks very silly too. It's so weird because when you're taught a certain way, you try to do it because the coach is telling you. But the thing is in your mind, is is this really right? It's, something's wrong. And now that you know this, even if you try to do it the right way, it's going to feel awkward because you've been moving in a certain way for so long. If you haven't moved in a certain way for so long, it still might feel awkward to you because it's something new. So try to practice it after you learn it with your head. Then you try to go out onto the court and do repetition and try to get that comfortable. Now, again, you don't want to turn, and it's the arm going back, and it's really that arm is limited in the range of motion because you're actually not turning. So even if you want to take the racket super far back, it's not going to go that far. So from here, if you do turn, it's going to go this way. So you see how far that goes? So that's no good. So when you're volleying, that arm is locked onto the body rather than trying to turn. Same thing on the forehand volley. The way you add the power on the backhand volley is here, and you want to, as you hit the ball, you're actually turning. And your right shoulder is moving from outside to in. You see that? Here, outside to in. In. The shoulder moves in, and you're actually turned that way. I'm going to show you a couple of examples from the front and from the side. I didn't show you the forehand volley from the side, but I'll try to do that in this video as well. So you're here, your arm is locked by the body, so it can't go further. Don't turn. Don't turn too much, okay? When I get the high one, I'll try to do it. Okay? Okay? So it stays out in front, and then as you're going, okay, that's a short one, can't do it on that one. So when you're finishing and trying to get power, you're going here. Same thing, even on the low ones, you're trying to do that same thing, but it's more exaggerated on the high one when you're trying to finish the point. You see how the shoulder goes in? So you might see me turning a little bit, but it doesn't necessarily go all the way, and you're not turning facing to the side completely. Okay, I'll show you from the side. Here and here. It's very hard to figure this out. Nobody tells you okay, you have to turn on the hit. No one does that. So it's a very specific movement that you have to do to get the power, but it's not easy to teach because most of the coaches and players are taught a certain way. Again, it kind of anchors to that. And you kind of figure things out on your own. But even if you get to that higher level, you don't really necessarily think about how you're moving because your body does it and just does it in an efficient way as you're turning pro or getting to that high level. But you could only kind of learn it as you're coaching these top players. And if their volleys suck or if they don't do something right, there's got to be a reason. There's got to be a reason why they can't do it like the top pros or me even or some of the top juniors or someone who's at their age or level but who's much better than them. There's got to be some kind of reason why they're not doing it or if they can't do it. It might be a number of things, but most of the time it's because they don't know how to do it. They just have never been taught. I'm not going to do the forehand volley. Maybe I could do it next time, but there's more things to this than just the arms and how the torso moves or the shoulder moves. The footwork is actually very important too. So if you don't get the footwork down, it's actually really difficult to generate this much power with just a torso. I'm not just saying like move a lot on the volley, but there's certain footwork, not foot speed, but footwork that you have to do for this volley. But I'm going to try to do that video maybe a couple videos later, because I just want you to realize that torso, the shoulder, and the racket movement is not as easy like the beginner volleys that coaches really teach. Now, I'm not saying those are bad. You need to start that way because you need to learn how to use your body and generate pace, use your arms, use your body, turn, rotation, and stuff like that. So it's not a bad thing if you learned it the textbook way. It's just that as you get better, get into the advanced and elite level, you have to do things differently. So it's really just adding on to that and kind of letting things go of what's holding you back. Try this at home. You know it in your head, but you still need repetition. So try it at home. If your coach can just feed you balls, or if you have a ball machine, just try it on your ball machine. Yeah, I hope this video helped you out. And that 25 years, I hope you got this in 5 to 10 minutes. Hopefully that 5 to 10 minutes saved you a couple years. Thanks, and see you in the next video.